Hey everyone, welcome to episode 4 of Bricks and Bytes. It is great to be with you today. My name is Ben. I'm here with the City of Marion Libraries, and we also have Emma here today.
Hi everyone.
Thanks for joining us today, Emma. And Emma's going to tell us a little bit more about stop motion animation later on in the show. Thanks to everyone who tuned in last week. We had some really good entries into our challenges. People made much better cat faces than I did, so congratulations. My cat face was atrocious. I loved some of the underwater builds as well. They looked really good. So Emma, can you tell us a little bit about stop motion animation?
So stop motion animation is really cool because you make a video out of lots of pictures and you just move pieces very slowly and it looks like they're moving as if they're in a video. So I'm going to show you how to do it a bit later on.
Excellent. All right. That sounds awesome. Thanks, Emma. But of course, now, we always start the show off with our 5-minute frenzy. And it's always a challenge. We get a random topic or random model that we have to build picked by you. And we are going to both take part in it. So Emma's up for the challenge as well. Let's see if we can... Oh, where's my cup? Here we go. All right, so this is the cup. Let's open the cup up and see... Well, let's open up... Sorry, not the cup. We're going to open up the piece of paper. What's this one going to be today? All right. Okay. All right. You guys will see this before I do. It is... Oh, Nate says he wants us to build a turtle. Okay, so the 5-minute challenge today is a turtle. Now, hopefully you've all got your bricks there. Emma and I are sharing the bricks, so we're going to grab our bricks and put it on the table.
Bricks everywhere.
Oh dear. So, okay, whoops. Oh dear. I've pressed the wrong button. Okay. All right, let's have a look at our bricks. This is Ben here. Emma, you can give your camera a wave. And
Shall
I
hit start?
Okay, today we're building a turtle. So Emma has kindly offered to set up our camera, and we're going to start our 5 minutes. Ready, set, go. All right, we have 5 minutes to build a turtle. All right, I'm going to take a different approach this time. Instead of just like rummaging, I'm going to try and actually sort my bricks out a little bit and actually see what's in here. I also cannot see the timer, so I don't know.
I'll give you updates.
Okay, I don't know how long we've got. So, all right, all right, so a turtle, I guess we need shells, so I guess we'll need some of these parts. I'm determined to build like a bigger model one day. All right.
Too much ambition.
Oh, Emma's already started, and she's got... Oh, no!
I've got some good green pieces here. I'm liking what I've got.
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to spend all this time just looking at my parts, and Emma's going to have like an amazing model done. All right. Okay, so I've got lots of these parts. I don't need wheels. That's a back. I guess we want some curves.
This is looking pretty good, I might say.
Oh, okay. I haven't even started yet. I'm thinking legs like this, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to worry about getting the color right. Okay.
Can we make the shell?
Oh. Okay. All right. I've got an idea, but I don't know if I've got the right parts for it. Okay. We don't have much green. Okay, there's some green over here.
Some things that could be turtle feet. Little flippers.
All right. Well, if you're building, leave a comment. Let us know how you're going. Tracy says she's got her Lego ready to go. Tracy, I expect to see a photo from you about later.
Yeah.
about your turtle. Okay, so this is my collection of parts, and we have. Okay, we're halfway there. We should probably start building. Okay, let's. Yes. Okay. Right. So I'm going to go with a multicolored turtle. I reckon.
Might be a 3-legged turtle.
Why not? Why not? Okay, so all right, let's build. So this is going to be sort of, let's do it like this. And we're going to go, oops, I lost a part. Well, I just realised you guys can't see what I'm doing. Whoa, because I'm throwing everything everywhere. Okay, all right, let's pop that part at the back. Okay, this is going to be a blue turtle. Ooh, those would be good. These are the parts that I want. Okay. Okay, let's.
Ooh, we're almost at a minute.
What? What?
Very close.
I've spent too much time planning. Okay, I'm going to use you guys. You.
Just have one
And I'm
long
going to
leg.
use you. And then I'm going to chuck you
I've
on.
only got one eye. So we've got a one-eyed turtle.
One-eyed. Well, better than a no-eyed turtle,
This is true.
I guess. All right, let's get. Oh no, he's too short. I need a head. All right. Uh-oh. How much time have we got, Emma?
30 seconds.
No!
Sorry, I should be giving you better updates.
I haven't even done the head yet. Oh no. And I haven't got the arms ready. Okay, let's.
Green one go. There it is. 20 seconds.
No. This was almost good. This was almost.
14.
Oh, no. It's the pressure. The pressure is on. Okay, I'm gonna put this.
I'm quite happy with my little turtle.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
It's a
not.
little bit cute.
Oh no! It's finished. It's finished. And my turtle didn't. Well, okay. Let's. Emma, can you hold your turtle up to your camera?
See?
Oh well, okay. The head just fell off mine.
Here's
Oh,
my
yours is
turtle.
awesome.
Thank you.
Oh.
A lot of good green pieces and matching ones.
Oh.
Winking at you.
I was trying to make a Ninja Turtle.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to. Here, this was going to be
Nice and
mine.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he's standing up.
Yeah, I was going to make like a little standing,
That's pretty
like,
cool.
hello, I'm a Ninja Turtle.
Oh.
Well, thank you, Emma. Thank you very much for that. That was fantastic.
It was good fun.
Good
Let us know
build.
who won, guys. Who won?
Yeah, okay, all right. We're going to do that. All right, vote in the comments whose turtle was better. We're not competitive here at all,
Not at all.
but we want to know whose it is. What do we got? It says, thanks, Andrew. Andrew Cheepjokes says Emma for the win.
Thank you.
Emma's is a lot cuter than mine, apparently, and Emma's is winking. Mine didn't have a face.
Mine only has one eye, but it's winking.
All right, awesome. Well, today, speaking of Andrew from Cheepjokes, we do have Andrew as our special guest. He's recorded a video for us, and we sent some questions to him. Andrew has been making stop-motion videos for quite a number of years, and he's amassed quite a following on YouTube, so you can find him on YouTube. But most recently, he's also had a chat to some of the LEGO Masters Australia contestants, and he'll give us a little bit of an insight about that in a bit. So let's sit back and have a bit of a listen to what Andrew has to say about stop motion and LEGO Masters Australia.
Hey everyone from Bricks and Bytes, I'm Andrew from Cheepjokes, and I'm going to be answering some questions for you today about stop motion animation videos, otherwise known as brick films. I've been doing it for about 6 years and have even done a video for Disney. The best thing about doing stop motion videos is you can create the story and you can do whatever you want. So I'll come up with an idea, script it out on some paper, and then start building some sets and film it, edit it all together, and that's the story I created. It can be anything you want. You don't have to copy anyone else. You don't need a lot of room to do stop motion animation. For example, this is my desk right behind me. It's barely this big. It's actually a baby change table, but it just fit perfectly in this spot in the wall that I use. So, you know, you don't need a lot of room, but you know, you can create some really cool stuff there. Now, I've made a lot of stop motion videos and I do have a favorite. There was one I made a while back. It was a 1966 Batman. It took a while. It took a couple of months to make. It's about 7 minutes long and I had a lot of different people help me out with it, from doing voices to building sets and even a little bit of editing. So go check it out, that one. We'll put the link below for you. The amount of time it takes to make a stop motion video really depends on you. So if you've got a really short script and maybe only one set, you can probably punch that out in maybe an hour or two. But where you get into a longer script with multiple sets and you want to do character voices, it could take anywhere from a few days to a couple of weeks to a couple of months. It really depends. An idea for a stop motion animation can come from anywhere. So you might have a conversation with a friend at school or overhear someone on the bus, and that might give you a little bit of an idea of something you could write down and use later on. I get a lot of inspiration from funny scenarios that I fit superheroes into and putting them outside of their usual universe that you might find them in. My favorite Lego set at the moment would probably be the '89 Batmobile. So that's very nostalgic for me. Grew up around the time of that film and it's always been my favorite Batmobile. So for it to come out in a really large collectible edition set was a pretty big moment. It was pretty exciting. Now, I was lucky enough to go backstage at the Lego Masters Studios here in Melbourne. I got to spend a whole day in a brick pit interviewing the contestants, which was pretty cool. It was actually pretty cool for them as well. So usually they're only in the brick pit when they're as part of the competition. So they're running in and out. They don't get time to just sit in there and enjoy the environment. So for us to sit in there and have a chat about Lego and a chat about the show and the amazing builds they're doing, it was pretty cool, and it was really fun just to watch how the show's made as well. It's not too far off what you see on television. That moment they walk through the roller door and begin the challenge, that's the introduction to the show for them as well. They're not getting any warm-up, it's straight into it. I do have a favorite Lego Masters team at the moment, but I can't really say who it is. But look, there's a few Adelaideans in the mix still, and you guys are looking pretty strong. So fingers crossed you can get it over the line. Trent and Josh, I got my eye on you. Now, a lot of you want to know if the golden brick from Lego Masters is actual gold. Well, while I was in the brick pit, I may have managed to steal one, and you know, television isn't always what it seems. Thanks for watching. Those who are wanting to learn a little bit more about making stop motion videos, will attach a link below to a video that's on my channel where you can learn in a little bit more detail all the intricacies of making a stop motion video. So be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you soon. Bye.
Great, thanks for that, Andrew. If you want to find out more about Cheepjokes, have a look on YouTube, or you can find him on Facebook as well. Some really useful insights there about setting up your own stop motion studio and what space you might need or where you might get ideas from. And it's really interesting to hear about Lego Masters. Now, I'm not really sure. Did Andrew really grab one of those golden bricks? Was that a real golden brick? I'll leave that up to you to decide, because it might be a little bit sneaky, that, Andrew. Now, talking about stop motion, today's Lego challenge is going to be a gadget stand. So when you're creating your own stop motion videos, it's really important that you keep your camera nice and still. And if you're using an iPad or using a phone, they can be a little bit tricky to keep still. So we are going to use Lego to build our own gadget stand. And this might be the quickest Lego challenge we have for this whole series of Bricks and Bytes. All we need is one gadget. So I've got my phone here. Now I've got a little plate that we might use. I've got 2 bricks. Now the trick here is to measure how wide this is. Okay, so this in the case is about 1 stud wide, which is perfect. Makes it really easy. So all we're going to do is put 1 Lego brick here and 1 Lego brick here, and we're going to pop. Oh no, we might need to pop it out of the case, but there we go. We have a gadget stand. Easy for stop motion video, easy for taking photos, whatever you want to do. You might want to have a gadget stand to do all sorts of things. So that's really simple. That's a gadget stand, but this is Bricks and Bytes. So let's step it up a notch, okay? So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to get rid of this little one. I'm going to bring this one in. So this is another gadget stand which I've built, and you can see there's a few different parts to it. But I am going to pop the phone back in there again. Okay. So I could keep this as my stop motion studio holder. Okay. Or we could, what else could we do with this? I'm going to open up an app here. Let's see what app this is. Oh, this is, it's Siri. Here we go. Look, it's a brick film by Cheepjokes. Now, who might want to watch the brick film? Well, some of you may have been to the drive-in before, and here we've made some little tiny cars at the drive-in theatre, and we're just going to pop them down here. Now, do you remember we were talking about scale and perspective and big things and small things? In this case, the really small cars are there looking at a really big screen. So it's almost like you have yourself a giant screen for a drive-in theatre. You can make your own drive-in theatre. Pretty cool. Or if you've been taking photos with your Lego and you're thinking, I can't really get outside, it's a bit cold or it's a bit wet, I wish I could have a background. What we're going to do is set this up as a background. Okay, there we go. So I've got a little background image there, and I'm going to put this module in, and now we have a little dance floor for our little costume characters, and here's a shot that I took with those guys on the dance floor. So you can have like a little party background, and if you can be creative, there's all sorts of things you can do. So I'll give you a couple more examples. So here's an example where I've used a little iPad mini in the background. So I've pulled up a picture on the iPad, and I've put a little chopping board and made a little model with our Ninja Turtles there, and the Ninja Turtles are playing a computer game. And that's what it looks like with it cropped. Or if you remember our flying videos that we made before, we can do something similar with that too. So again, I've used an iPad in the background, and we've got one shot there of Batman running away from a shark. Then we have the second shot of just the background and some extra props in there. And then when we use our app to edit those two photos together, you get something like this. So you have Batman quickly swimming away from the shark underwater. And so you can use your iPad, or you could even use a photo frame or something in the background, but you can use that same concept using our gadget stand model. Pretty easy. And if you make a gadget stand, we'd love to see what you create. So please make sure you share that on our Facebook page or jump into our Facebook group. If there's a build challenge idea that you have, leave a comment. We'd love to hear your ideas as well. But right now, I'm going to hand over to Emma, because Emma's going to talk to us a little bit about stop motion.
Hey everyone. So stop motion animation is a way of making a movie out of lots of pictures, like I said before. So I'm going to show you an app that we have on the iPad that makes it really, really simple and easy, and we're going to jump straight in. So I've got the iPad over here, and you'll see that the app is down on this bottom row, and it's called Stop Motion. It might be called Stop Motion Studio when you look it up, because that's what it is. So in here we've got some movies that I'll show you a little bit later on. There's some that we've made at the library and a couple that I've made. But we're just going to hit new movie. So you can see, I'll set it up. We've got our little characters over here. So basically we're going to make a little short movie with these two people in it. Well, people, it's a Minecraft skeleton and a radio head. But I'm going to talk you through how we're going to do that. So on the right side, you've got the red button, which is obviously going to take a picture. Up above that is the timer. So this makes it really easy with stop motion so that you can move your pieces just the tiniest bit and not have to keep going back and hitting the button. So I'm going to set it to about 4 seconds because that gives us plenty of time. So you'll see now when I hit it, it'll give me 4 seconds before it takes the picture. And then it'll do it again. So we don't need that many pictures though, so I'm going to hit stop. Then over on the left side here is a weird little bar where we can move this little thing. So this brings in our picture that we've just taken. So if I move it just up a little bit, you can see like a shadow of an old picture. So that helps with stop motion because you have to keep it as close to the same as possible. So you can't take a picture over here because it's going to jump when you play them next to each other. You want to keep it as similar as possible and then just move what you've got to move. So that's all we need for now, and I'm going to show you how we make it look like they move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the little bike over just the tiniest bit. There we go. So you can see the old picture there just behind, and we'll make sure the green plates all lined up. And then, where is it? There it is. We'll take a picture. And remember the timer's on, so we're going to have to move quick. So there we go. And then we're going to move them again. And again. And the littler changes you make, the smoother your movie's going to look. So we'll keep going. And he might actually run into our little skeleton saxophone man. Here we go. You got to have a lot of patience for stop motion, but it pays off in the end. There we go. This time, I'll move him and I might turn our skeleton man a little bit so he can see him coming. And you can see I'm just moving the skeleton man a tiny bit. Oh, it went too quick for me there. But that's all right, we'll delete that picture. So I might pause the timer so that I can move him a bit more. And we'll unhook him, he can fall on the floor, and the bike can fall over. And that'll be our last picture. So I'll turn the timer off so I can just take one picture. Like that. Perfect. So now what we can do is hit the play button underneath to watch our video. And can you see how it looks like a little movie? So what you can do as well is down here there's a little settings button in the bottom near the photos, just here. If you click on that, you can change the speed. So it's called frames per second. And the higher the number, the quicker it's going to flick through your photos. So we'll just hit done, we'll make it a bit quicker, and then it might move a bit smoother. There we go. Kaput. He's gotten his sweet, sweet music is over as he crashes. So I'll show you another one I've made, and then we'll look at one. This one's very simple, but it's pretty cool. We'll get rid of our last photo there. Go back to the beginning. And ta-da, it's like the Apple Pencil's moving all on its own. So this is about 50 photos. It's lots of tiny little changes. And then we've got another one that someone made in our library session. Where is it? Back here. Which will show you a pirate going on an adventure. So you can use lots and lots of props to make some really cool videos just by taking a whole lot of pictures. So that's a quick intro into stop motion animation. You can get a bit fancy with green screens and stuff through this little button here. And you can put them in space. You can put them in the park. You could put them underwater. But yeah, that's a quick, basic stop motion explanation. And you should download that app straight away. It's free, Stop Motion Studio, and you can get out your Lego and see what you can make.
Awesome. Thanks, Emma. That was the Radiohead guy. Poor Steve his head was replaced with a radio. Very cool. Very cool. I like it. We have had a lot of fun with stop motion animation in our Seed Kids programs that we run as part of the library, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it as well. If you'd like to find out more about stop motion, or where you get your ideas from, or how you can set your studio up, please go have a look at Andrew's video. He looks a little bit more in depth at some more of the advanced tools you might use, like a digital camera and proper software that you might use on your PC. It's a really, really excellent video to go watch. Well, I hope you've had fun today. And I've just been reading through the comments. And I really, really think that Emma may have won that challenge.
I didn't think it was possible, guys. I thought Ben was the Lego king. No,
I'm horrible at when there's pressure. It's terrible. Is really good fun though. Love it. So Emma, yes, lots of comments about Emma's turtle.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Being very cute and wonderful, and there was nothing at all about mine. So. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Again, if you want, join in with our Facebook group. You can ask questions there about anything about Lego or about any of the apps that we use. We also talk about coding, and there are some apps that we also discuss there that are worth checking out. We give links from the show, so we'll have links to Andrew's video. We'll have links to Stop Motion Studio there. We might even post a couple of videos up that the kids have made at Seed Kids, so you can have an example of what's possible. But we'd love you to join us there. If you have an app that you want us to check out, also leave a comment and we'll have a look at that too. So thanks from us at the City of Marion Libraries, and we will see you next week. See ya.
Yay.